Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do for this project is make our letters using the plaster of Paris. This is actually a great time to grab one of your masks and put it on, because what happens is the plaster of Paris powder is actually pretty fine and we don't want to breathe it in. So let's practice some good craft safety and put on a mask. I'm going to open up my tub of plaster of Paris. You've already gotten some pre-measured. The ratio of the mixture that we're going to do is 2 to 1. So for me, I'm going to take my 1/4 cup scoop. I'm going to do that. I'll do that twice. I probably am not going to need all of that, but I'm just testing this out here. So I'm going to do that. Two. Okay, so then I need 1/4 of a cup. Excuse me, there's powder here. Boop, get off there. 1/4 of a cup of the water. Go ahead and add this together. Not all at once. The ratio is usually 2 to 1, but we don't want to overdo it just in case. It's kind of like when you put salt or sugar in your food and you notice at a certain point the water stops absorbing the salt and the salt is no longer melting or dissolving in. Kind of the same thing with this. It's gonna break down in the water and it's gonna dissolve and it's going to become a mixture. And you want to make sure that you're breaking any lumps that might be occurring, because those lumps are filled with powder. They're not wet, and you want to make sure that this is really thoroughly mixed. Do not use your hands, only use a spoon, a spatula, something that you can stir with without using your hands. I'm just making sure all the lumps are out. I had some dry mixture over on the sides. That looks pretty good. Alright, so it kind of looks like melty ice cream or soft serve ice cream right now, right? That looks pretty good to me. Right there, no lumps. So what you're going to do now is you're going to fill in your letter mold. And if you're like me and your name has a lot of repeat letters, you're going to do this more than once, but that's okay. Or you could write any word you want. This is your art project. You can write whatever word you want. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of like when you're icing cake, you're just going to smush it all right on in there. All right, fill it up and smush it in. Alright, what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of getting rid of the excess. Just like if you were baking and you were scraping out the excess from maybe like a candy mold or something, but it also helps me to see how I scraped the excess and I found that there was a bubble in the letter A, so now I know I gotta fill it in a little bit more. Patch it up. You could even give it like a little tap to see if there are any bubbles. That will help to level it out. I can take my mask off now because all the powder has been mixed, so we're good. See, look, as I'm tapping, it's settling into the letters and any bubbles that were in there are starting to disappear. And I can see that I need to fill in the S a little bit more. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna set this aside for about half an hour. It should get solid. You may notice that your mixture or your mold might start to feel a little warm. It shouldn't get too hot, but also just kind of leave it alone. That's part of the reaction or the science of it starting to work. And then what'll happen for me, I'll pop these out and then I'll refill and get the rest of the letters of my name, and I'll finish it up, and then I'll come back and we'll actually start painting and making our canvas. Okay, so I am doing my second set. I have my first set of letters here, and I need more. Okay, so I did a second set, and so to pop them out, very gentle. And because these are silicone molds, they're really easy. So you just slowly push and release. Yeah. Okay, so now I have my name and they're nice and hard and solid. To clean this up for reuse, you can see because it's silicone, everything just kind of pops off, and then you just scrape this right into the trash. Don't put it down the sink, put it in the trash, and then you can rinse any of the fine dust. But all of these chunks, they'll peel off nice and easy from your silicone mold, and you put that right in the trash. You can also see over here, I had another silicone mold that I used just for soap making, and they're leaves. So I put some of my leftover in there as well, and I made these leaves, which you can also use to decorate your canvas. Basically any kind of mold, you can find them easily online at Amazon or at craft stores. This I got at a craft store, and they usually have them, of course. Now they're, with the popularity of resin crafts, you can find those kinds of molds in the resin section or in the baking section, and you just turn them into craft molds. Once you use it for a craft like this or soap and candle making, you cannot use it for food, but that is okay. I use this one only for that. And again, easy to clean up. Just take all these pieces and put them in the trash. But see, you can use the plaster of Paris and silicone molds to make dimensional art, and I think that is really fun. So I'm going to start painting my canvas off camera, and you can paint it however you like, and then I'll attach my letters and I'll show you my finished product. But at this point, it is really up to you to get creative and have fun with your canvas and make something unique that totally represents you. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so I've done my painting. I was feeling a little inspired to do something kind of like Northern Lights, sunsetty, pretty outdoors, and I painted my letters to match the theme. You can do whatever you want. Galaxy, night sky, your backyard, something abstract, your favorite colors, splatter paint. You could, if you're really good, you could draw your pet. You could do whatever you want. A mandala, a zentangle. Totally up to you, and how you coordinate your letters with that, again, is up to you. So I'm going to just glue this on with some regular glue, some school glue we call it. You can use hot glue, any kind of craft glue works, and I'm just gonna put a little bit, and I'm just gonna, well, let me figure out where I think I wanna put my letters first. Something like that, or I could just put it right at the top and leave the image uninterrupted, which is kind of cool. I actually think I like that. Right? Do whatever you want. So yeah, I painted my letters to kind of match the texture of the lights and the colors. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Just a little bit of glue. It. That is my 3-dimensional canvas craft using plaster of Paris, molds, silicone molds, paint, glue, imagination, and I really enjoyed it. So I hope that you enjoy yours too. If you picked up a kit from the library, please send me a picture of what you did, or you can tag us on Instagram so I can see what you did. You can let this go wherever your imagination wants to take you. Like I said, there are so many different images that you can create with just a little bit of paint. So grab your paint and your paintbrushes and have fun. All right, everyone, I'll see you next time. Bye.